Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Donnie, and I'm going to show you guys in this channel how I broker deals and how you guys can do the same thing. There are a lot of gurus out there to sell courses, and I do have a course out, and I'm actually in the process of revamping the course and making a lot more videos. So, with that said, in this channel, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of, actually, in this video, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a backstory of myself, how I got started, how I purchased a lot of courses in the past, and I really never took action on a lot of them. And, that's just a lot of wasted money. So I'm not sure if you guys are, ever done that back in like literally the shiny object syndrome of all these courses and all these gurus and there was never no proof of how much money they made and all this other stuff, right? And like they're making money off the course, and that was it. So I'll give you guys a little bit of proof of what I make. I'm not going to show you too much because that doesn't matter. I just need to show you guys that there's proof. There's money to be made in this business. There's a lot of people doing this. Not enough to be able to saturate the market because there's so many businesses out there, so many pallet yards out there. This business is thriving right now. If I look over, I just have a couple checks sitting here. I have a couple notes I want to go over, and a little bit of backstory of myself. Like I said, 2 years ago, I didn't even know what pallet brokering was. I got into it my first month because I didn't want to go pick up pallets. I didn't want to do it in a brutal weather, PA, -8 temperatures. Just didn't want to do it. The first month, I found a buyer. I found a supplier. When I say supplier, I found the pallet yard because you got to get a business that needs pallets, and you have a supplier that supplies them the pallets. So connect the two, you get a price. Say it's a 50 cents, a dollar, $1.50, $2 gap, whatever the case may be, and you connect the two, and you're good. Like after that, you're in business. In the first month, I was in business. I think it may have been my first month or 2 months or something like that. I had three businesses and three pallet yards that were basically in my own state, in my own, not my own city, but it's about an hour away from me that I had all these businesses, right? Because I was thinking small. I was thinking I had to do everything in my state. um but you don't. You could do this across the country. The great thing about brokering is a lot of people don't think about, you could do this across the country. You could do this anywhere in the United States. And you might be able to do this in other countries too, as long as they speak English, because I don't know how to speak Spanish or anything like that. So, I mean, there's a lot of, if you really break this down, a lot of opportunities, right? A lot of people got pallets, a lot of businesses need pallets. And there's also ways you can get those pallets from one state to another state, right? So this video is not going to really cover all that, but like I said, I do have a course on this, and I'm not going to be talking about this a whole lot in every one of my videos because I had this course out a year and a half ago, and I'm in the process of redoing everything, and I learned a lot more methods that I'm going to also put in this course, and those methods also automate everything. So I will say that the course that I'm going to have that I'm going to bring out, and this YouTube channel might give some tips and tricks also, but I can't give all my stuff out on the YouTube channel because if I do that, guess what? Then everybody's gonna go do this business, and that's not a good thing because a lot of people won't know what they're doing and they're gonna wreck this business, right? Because the things that's in my course, it's gonna give you questions to ask the buyers and questions you're gonna ask pallet companies, and if you're not asking the correct questions, the both of those, and getting the correct answers, I can tell you one thing: I lost business in my first month because I made mistakes, and everybody's gonna make mistakes, but if you know how to avoid those mistakes at first, there's where the money's gonna be made because you're not messing up any of those businesses. And these businesses are long term. Like the checks I got in front of me, the businesses that I have right here in front of me, because I grabbed some random checks that they sent me. Literally, if you these companies stay with you for years. I mean, unless there's a major issue with your pallet company or the company you're dealing with goes out of business, but if you deal with the right businesses that I teach in my course, you're not going to go out. Like they're not going to go out of business. Like you're going to have issues. Some pallet companies will close. I had one close in 2 years because of a death. So things happen. It's business. So in my course, like I said, this is my first video, so I don't want to go too much in my course. I just want to let people know what's in it. And like I said, I'm going to bring on people that actually made money with my course I had out a year and a half ago, and that's without me updating everything, right? So I was before I get into this, I'm gonna let you guys know a little story before I get into this. magic here. I'm not going to say his name, but a year and a half ago, I get this guy on the phone. This is back when I was on the phone, calling people up, explaining things to them, and obviously charging. But I mean, so I didn't have any videos made, nothing. So he calls me up, and we're talking on the phone, explaining everything to him. A month goes by, he calls me up. He goes, "Hey, bro, can you look over my invoice I'm going to send out to a client?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" Look at it, thinking it's going to be a couple $1,000s, a couple $1,000 check. This guy has a check for $8,100 he's sending out, an invoice on QuickBooks. I'm like, what just happened? Like, he's making me look like an amateur. And this is a year ago, right? And I had this course out for a year and a half. And I got checks like that, but not my first month. I'm like, wow. Like, I never thought in a million years I would have a course out teaching people to make that kind of money. So let's fast forward to yesterday. He tells me that, and this guy is not going to lie about any of these type of things. I've known this guy. I've talked to him many times. I haven't talked to him recently, but he is almost making, or he's on target to make $1 million his first year, I believe, maybe a year and a couple months. But he had $700,000 in sales under his belt in that short time period, right? He just took the course and ran with it, and he actually makes me look bad because I know the information, and after I get so much business, I sat back and relaxed a little bit when there's so much more business out there for me to do, or hire someone else to make the phone calls for me, right? That's another thing you can do. There's so much more stuff out there in this industry, and how much the money that you can make is just insane. I'm going to give a little bit of proof here. I'm going to try to block out a little bit because my address is on there, the company's name's on there. I don't care about the date, but I'll show you guys. Hopefully you can see this without me showing anything. Okay, here we go. That's one check right there that I got. It's mailbox money, guys, weekly. After you get it set up, there's not a whole lot you got to do. Just make sure they deliver the pallets and they're in good shape. But show you check after check after check. I mean, there's almost $5,000. Is that $47.88? Stacks of them, guys. I mean, I grabbed random ones. I don't want to. I can't really show too much because my address and everything's on there. But there's one stack. There's companies that send you ACH, which is a transfer. Some companies deal with like Zelle and PayPal and stuff like that. I mean, that's your smaller companies but you got to get your checks out quick to pay your pallet guys, right? So that's that. I don't want to go too far into that. I told you about the guy that made that kind of money. I was showing the kind of money that I make, right? It's just, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, guys. I could barely even say that, right? So if I can do this, I'm telling you guys, I know you guys hear this all the time, but if I can do this, the amount of money, if you are a smart person, and a lot of you guys are that are in business, you guys can take this and run with it. Because a lot of you guys don't have full-time jobs. A lot of you do. Sometimes a lot of you guys don't. If you guys have your own business and you're looking for something else to where you can, on your free time, you can just call some businesses up or have them come to you with the strategies I got, then, it's I'm telling you. So what's going to be covered in my course, and there's going to be a lot more. There's going to be a lot more. But the things that you guys... The most important things you guys are going to have to figure out, and where I made my mistakes, are the questions you're going to have to ask the buyers and the pallet companies, because if you don't have the right questions to ask them, like, you can really mess this up. And I've done that before. I've messed all this up, right? I messed it up with the questions that people have to ask, and I messed it up when I called each company. I made mistakes, right? And you want to avoid that. You need the pricing. You need trucking if they're first, if they don't have the ability to get the pallets to the destination you're sending them to. You need to know how to get trucking, how to find buyers, how to find suppliers, how to automate this, right? There's ways you can automate this business and really make the money. But there's also strategies that you can use to get these buyers and suppliers. Um, Other than that, guys, I think that's all I want to really go over. You're gonna notice I'm not professional with making these videos. I'm a little under the weather, so you're gonna notice in my next videos I might get better at making these, but my business is pallet brokering. My business is not YouTube. I'm just putting these out there. I don't even know if I'm gonna get views on this. I don't know. Like I said, I had this course out already. I didn't sell to very many people. I don't even know how to advertise this stuff. I know I do one thing good, and I don't know how to do YouTube, right? I'm using a free screen recorder. Um, so that just shows you guys I don't know anything about this stuff, right? And I'm going to give you guys the bad, the good. I'm going to try to give you guys some interviews with some people when I get a better. I just bought a Mac, so I had an older PC, so I'm just trying to get used to all this stuff. Um, when I get this paid version of all this and I know how to edit videos, things are gonna get a lot better. But I just want to put this video out there. Let's see, like I said, let's see if you guys can go out and kill this business, because there are so much opportunities out there. It's not saturated. A lot of people on my Facebook, they tell me it's saturated. If it's saturated, then how did I find a buyer and a supplier in 5 minutes just yesterday? Right? That's not saying it's going to be that easy for you guys. You guys are going to have to build this business up and learn. Ask the questions. Ask me the questions. If I'm going to have a Facebook group, ask people in a Facebook group all the stuff that they learned. And people share their information. So, other than that, guys, I'm going to end this video here. So, other than that, have a good day and enjoy yourself. Thank you.